This is a shame. This is a real shame that this is just a generic walled city map, because Altdorf really ought to have its own map, don't you think? Anyway, this is good for us because we know we can attack right here where there's no towers. Alright, let's fight the battle. Pretty momentous occasion here. Alright, welcome back to Khazrak's campaign. And really quick recap, we are doing pretty well at this point. We're sitting on turn 78. It is kind of amazing how this campaign started out as the hardest of any of the 4, now 5 that we're doing. Scroll's campaign is starting out pretty difficult as well, but anyway, this one, of the original 4 at least, this one was certainly the most difficult of any of them for a very long time, as we fought to just survive, even going a few turns without any herdstones at all and just basically keeping Khazrak's army hidden. And now here we are, turn 78, where we almost have completely wiped out all of the factions of the Empire, and this has now become our most successful of any of the campaigns. So it is kind of ironic how things can sometimes shift in just the matter of a few dozen turns. But anyway, back to the matter at hand. We do have 2 armies that are bearing down on Baldur here in Khazrak. I don't see any reason not to go ahead and let me actually look at the armies here. I don't see any reason to not go ahead and lay siege here to Khazrak. We could bypass it and go for the easier pickings over here with the Migdal Vangel Barak there. But yeah, I just don't see any reason for it. I think our armies are strong enough. They've got good garrisons in both. This one's a minor settlement battle. This one's obviously a walled city battle. They have an army here. They've got, you know, 2 of his ancestral heroes, which are obviously not chumps, but we do have really good units in this army. He can reach, and then we're going to recruit in some Minotaurs into this army as well. So actually, maybe before I lay siege, maybe I spend 1 turn to recruit in the Minotaurs. Actually, I don't even know. It might take multiple turns to recruit them, and that's something that I'm going to have to pay attention to in a moment. But anyway, let me go ahead and then decide what we're going to do up here. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm still doing the recap here, Michael. Still doing the recap. Okay, so then we've got Baldur himself floating around. We're not too worried about him. We do have enemy settlements here down in Helmgart and Fort Bergrus here, which are Reichland settlements, but these are the forts that are my least favorite types of things to attack in this game. So I'm going to save them for last because they're not doing him a whole lot of good, and they're really just distractions for me at this point. This is the real objective, which is seizing Altdorf. And we've got both Khazrak and Madguib up here. Madguib is also got a decent army. Again, a lot of chaff units. Not really great units for that matter in Khazrak's army either, but the combination of the 2 of them, I feel like since we wiped out Karl Franz's army last turn, I feel like we're in pretty good shape to go ahead and lay siege to this, and I don't think he would dare sally out and attack us. If he does, that would work to our advantage because I'd rather fight these battles in the field rather than fighting a walled settlement. It's only tier 4 at least. Thank goodness it's not all the way up to 5, but we'd better go ahead and lay siege before that changes. Oh, apologize for the yawning here. Okay. Anyway, so let's go ahead and do our skills. We've got some ranks to apply here. You need potentially called a more sleep here. Potentially some of these others, melee defense and leadership. This is a permanent buff for everything within 35 meters. It's hard to say no to that, isn't it? Many-limbed fiend. This is a melee attack and weapon strength. Okay, so these are... And bloodlust. Those are all definitely worth having. Are they more important than getting up here to deadly onslaught? Questionable, but I'm going to go ahead and do this. I like this. I like permanent buffs. Permanent buffs are very good. And then we have Rabku here. You're the Doom Bull. You need... We've already given you the benefits for Minotaurs. This is a +5 melee defense for Minotaurs. And this is a +5 melee defense and ward save for yourself. I think we want to go ahead then and do... Is it time to start giving him hoofed heavyweights? We can... In 4 points, we can get up to +6 attack and defense for Minotaurs. I think that'll be the next priority, but not just yet, since we have still not very many Minotaur units in this army. So I think we can go ahead and do Hatred of Man with you. Okay, and I just want to take a look here at this army plus that garrison. Let's lay siege. I think you can reach. You do have 2 giants that are siege siege attackers. Decisive defeat. Do we have... We don't actually have... I might as well build these, but I don't actually have any units that could even push these. I guess maybe the Wargore might be able to use a siege tower. I'm not sure. Well, I'm just going to build them so that it doesn't give me error messages. And then we're going to move you here. I'm going to knock out one unit here of Ungor Spearman Herd. Just to see now. It is 2 turns for us to recruit these Minotaur units. So we will continue laying siege for 2 turns is what we will do. That means getting rid of another one of them. And it'll be very interesting to see, do they attack us? Do they attack us while we're recruiting? That's the question. I kind of sort of feel like it's not likely. This is still a crushing defeat. So they've got good units here. Maybe they will. Maybe they will sally out and attack us. They got some good stuff. Those Ironbreakers are obviously a big concern. So are the heroes. Those are Longbeards. Those are all quite strong. Yeah, I mean, his units, pound for pound, are actually a little better than ours, aren't they? Well, we're going to see what happens. We can always retreat if we need to. And meanwhile, he could actually jump over as well and join in the fight. So there's a good chance that we'll be retreating. However, if we retreat out of the range of the garrison, that army plus that army, I don't think those 2 armies can take us. So it's a risk I'm willing to take. And he does have flame cannons. Okay, we can get our Manticores probably to take down the gyrocopter and the artillery there. He didn't have artillery. Okay, so yeah, I think it's worth the risk just to see how he reacts here. There's a chance he may not attack us, and if he does, I think we can just retreat. Now, Madgweeb and Khazrak. Which one of you 2 needs to do the sieging here? I think I'll siege with Madgweeb, and There's really nothing I can do here to improve the casualty replenishment rate for Khazrak, unfortunately. Okay, so we're going to lay siege here. Now you, at least, do have the units that could actually take advantage of the siege towers. Are you still getting? You are getting replenishment. That's good. And Khazrak, I don't see them sallying out and attacking us. So I think we just wait a few turns to prep this assault. We do need 14 turns to replenish completely, so that's obviously not in the cards. But down here, we'll just play this one by ear. Okay, fair enough. And then we have not really any money with which to do much of anything else. After we take Altdorf, I probably need to do some of these quest battles. But I would like to get my replenishment up for Khazrak, and he is likely to lose a lot more troops in a battle at Altdorf, but I do also want to do these quest battles eventually. This says to raise Altdorf. I'm not sure if I'm going to raise it or if I'm going to throw up a herdstone. I guess, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to raise a herdstone. I would think I can. Okay, and then we have to realm Helmgart still. And we need to recruit a chariot. Okay. All right, let's take a look here at our diplomacy. This is interesting. Our reliability is all the way up to very high now. All right, let's go ahead and go through here.
Now.
I am not seeing anything terribly worrisome or terribly compelling. So, yep, just gonna have to give it a couple of turns to see how our sieges go. Let's go ahead and end our turn. Okay, Reichland is interesting. I forgot that they could do that. Okay, well, it is what it is. And Belagar, you are not attacking us. Okay, well, I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I did go ahead and do the siege anyway. That's basically him accepting that he's going to lose his capital. Averheim received a plague. We don't mind. Okay, settlement besieged. Okay. Oh, we countered Cathay here. So I do want to check one thing here. How are we looking on our victory conditions? We need 11 more. I think I had... That number sounds familiar. I think I had checked that in the last episode as well. All right, so you're slowly getting replenishment. You are more quickly getting replenishment. And inside here, the garrison is starting to lose a little bit of... suffer a little bit of attrition. Okay, are we ready to launch the attack yet? That's really the question. This army right there against that settlement garrison would get crushed. The question is whether... Yeah, I'm going to give... There's no reason to rush it. I'm going to give Khazrak a little bit more time to replenish, and the garrison a little bit more time to suffer attrition. Now you are suffering attrition, and so is the garrison. That's just what we want. Let's just take a look again at the relative values here. Now it's a close defeat. The longer this goes on, the more that works to our advantage. All of those siege towers are completely wasted, of course. Because I think what I learned was any siege equipment that is not assigned to a unit when the battle begins disappears off the map, which means our second army won't be able to come in and pick them up. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but yeah, meanwhile, I definitely don't want to attack until those Minotaurs are recruited. Okay, this could be another quick turn, I believe. We are going to have some quick turns. I don't think there's any reason to look at my settlements. There is always the possibility of increasing the level of some of these, although we can't afford to anyway. But I just don't see that being good value for our money right now. There's the Cathayan convoy, the merchants. Okay. All right, let's... You're at maximum bestial rage and winds of magic already. Is there a disadvantage? If they're not going to attack us, there's really no disadvantage to us continuing to do this, and I think we do get a little bit of experience out of it, so I may as well keep raiding for now until we launch the attack. There's
Never.
He must have recruited a regiment of renown, right? That's the army that was in Altdorf, and it was, I believe, just the Lord. So yeah, he must have recruited a regiment of renown. It's not going to save him. All right, let's check our diplomacy really quickly. This will be interesting if Bretonia decides to get involved. They pretty much hate us, although it is improving. It's at 384 all the way on its way, all the way up to minus 369.
Sea fangs ready.
I don't see us becoming allied with them anytime soon. This is really interesting. Reichland is just, you know, has no interest in peace, even though we are sieging his capital city. All right, gonna do another intern. Turn 80. It's always interesting how there's some episodes where I'll be 45 minutes into the episode before I have the first intern. And now this one, we're 17 minutes into the episode and we've already got 2 interns. Some of the campaigns I feel like I have to really give a long think to things and then think about them, you know, give them second thought and third thoughts to make sure I'm not making any bad mistakes. This campaign really doesn't feel that way currently, but it might change when we get some tougher enemies. Okay, all damaged and units will be fully replenished. That's actually quite nice. That gives us the ability to launch the attack with Khazrak's army right away. The cost of skill, this is... Oh, there we go. Well, this is dread cost reduction for giants and chaos spawns and gore herds and gore herd shields. This is what I've been waiting for. Definitely what I've been waiting for. Now, gores, I would rather it be best of gores, but the giants and the chaos spawns are definitely worth getting more of. The beastly inclination and the endless herd. Well, I have to do this since I finally got this as an option, and this is what I've been waiting almost all campaign for. Kind of have to do it. 1397. Let's see what our dread costs look like here. We now know that giants and gore herds, these guys right here, these are all much cheaper. There's no reason for us after we do this to have to rely on ungores pretty much at all anymore. And then we still have another 407. Do I want to save it? I think, yeah, I think I want to save it, and then next turn I'll maybe I'll get some more. I like the even numbers. I know that's crazy, but I like the even numbers, so that's That's why I'm leaving it at 8 and 4 instead of bumping one of them up to this one up to 9 or that one up to 5. Okay, we'll take a look again next turn to see which ones we want to do. So we do now have a lot more capacity for Gore Herd, which really means right here we could be replacing these Ungors down here with him. I just want to make this it's a Minotaur army, so I don't really want this to be the place to do it. I think it's going to be really Khazrak's army over here. Khazrak does have some Ungors still. We can get rid of those. I think at this point it makes sense to do that. We're going to lose a few ranks. But let's go ahead and 1, 2, 3. Wait a minute. Actually, let's have you. You actually have better units. That's interesting. None of the... Well, these guys are. These Ungor Spearmen Herd with shields. Two of them can be replaced by these two. Okay, let's go ahead and... Let's disband these. Khazrak, you go ahead and give these over to Madgweeb. Okay. Now you're at 20. Now, Ungor rank 3. And... we're at... Oh, I just realized I was looking at the wrong thing earlier. I was looking at the wrong army. Okay. So yeah, you do actually have some good troops here, some high-ranked troops that we don't want to get rid of. Let me just see... Let me just see what... Why can't I do... I'm in view of another unit of another faction's army. Alright, never mind. I know I can get at least 4 more Gore units recruited. Let's go ahead and get... Let's get 2 more out of this army here. These are all Ungors. These are all pretty much rubbish. So we'll get rid of you and you. And Khazrak, you can now go ahead and move you and you into his army. I'm moving the ones that are the most damaged because his casualty replenishment rate is actually higher than Khazrak's, which I assume is because of the War Gore there. Okay, so you're at 20. You still have plenty of Ungors in you, but for now the focus is going to be on getting more Gore Herd into Khazrak's army here. So let's move you a little bit further away so we can go into hidden encampment stance. There we go, good enough. And from here to recruit in, oh, we can only do 2 per turn. That's good to know. Okay, so we have capacity for 4 more Gore Herd. And 5 more Gore Herd with shields. And we have capacity for Zangors. Okay. Alright, well, this is all going to happen, unfortunately. Unfortunately, it's going to happen not this turn, but after the battle here, because... or at least after we've caused more attrition. because by moving Khazrak down to here, he no longer was close enough to reinforce Madgweeb, I don't think. I guess I should have double-checked that. But I do not want to let this garrison come out. And if I could figure out how to select the city there. Yeah, that garrison is definitely a match for Madgweeb without Khazrak's help. So, number one priority is we don't want to lose steam on the siege of Altdorf. Now with this Bray Shaman, you... Oh, that's right, I was using you as a field agent. Okay. Well, there's nothing really for you to do in the field right now. Meanwhile, very interesting to see what these wood elves are going to do while we're laying siege here. There's not really a whole lot they can do. You can now go into raiding stance. We're just going to keep sieging this down a little while longer. But we do have 3 Minotaur units now, plus the Gore Bull. So that's decent. This is a somewhat better army, and we're only 7 turns away from
I will not shame my clan.
from completely wiping this out. If I were to attack now, it's a Pyrrhic victory. It'd be pretty dumb of us to make this attack right now. However, we could auto-resolve it, and we would not lose any units. It would not go that well, I don't think, if we fought it manually. Alright. Let's go ahead and take a look at our diplomacy.
Ready.
Okay, nothing really going on from a diplomatic front. We do still have the ogres somewhere. Aren't we at war with them? Who are we at war with? Belagar? Did I make peace with the ogres, or am I just misremembering this campaign? Didn't we have a where's the right here, the wealth of man? Oh, that's how. Okay, for some reason I was thinking that we had an objective to raid one of Ogre's territories. Oh well. So Belagar's still kind of floating around, not really sure what he's up to, but he's suffering attrition while he's really just kind of wasting time. Research available. Gaze of the Dark Gods. This is regeneration for Chaos Spawn and Jabberslaith. That'll be nice. Okay, we'll take it. Let's go ahead and do yet another in turn here. Not really a lot for Reichland to do, and then that army also does not worry me. Maybe if Belagar came over and joined up with that other army that's floating around, that might be a concern. Although, quite frankly, I'm not sure even the two of them together could take on one of our herdstones. Our herdstones are pretty strong at this point. Okay, he went into a masterful ambush stance. That's interesting. And I have to assume that there's risk of the Wood Elves declaring war on us. They are Wood Elves and we are Beastmen. They must absolutely despise us. We have a rank here to apply. That's good. This is our #1 Bray Shaman. You've gotten pretty much everything that we really desperately wanted to give you. I think at this point what is best for you? I don't want to, I mean, a block army is a really good ability, but I don't really foresee moving this guy out of the army to do field agent stuff very often. He's just too valuable inside the army. So I think what we'll do is maybe continue to improve some of our debuffing spells here. And you're slowly getting your troops back. We're actually we've improved our casualty replenishment. We were getting 5 per turn, now we're getting 9 per turn. I don't know why the difference. Now here, we're looking at a Pyrrhic victory here, but we've got 6 siege towers already built. In terms of them defending the walls, they have less than 6 infantry. So we could take the walls and they could really only defend it with... Well, they have 6 infantry that could actually get on the walls, but one of them is just huntsmen and one of them is handgunners. And then they do have tons and tons of cavalry, which is a concern. But keeping in mind, we've got a whole nother army coming in. Now, unfortunately, it's going to take a little bit of time for that, for Khazrak's army to get through. He does have Shatterstone, doesn't he? So we could maybe use that to get through a gate pretty quickly. Although I don't even know, are we going to even be able to use the Shatterstone ability since the battle is not being launched by Khazrak? He's only a reinforcing army. We're going to give this, I think, maybe one more turn. And we'll be probably in a little bit better shape than next turn to actually launch the attack. And then down here, full winds of magic, full health, full winds of magic. If I were to launch the attack now, we're looking at a close victory. Yeah, I'm going to do the same thing here, which is give this at least one more turn. This is going to be the tougher of the two battles, I believe, because of the presence of that army. And again, we're just in a position where we don't need to take any risks, so I don't see why we should. Let's go ahead and do our... Actually, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, let me go back up here to Altdorf. At this point... No, they have not been weakened yet to the point where I don't feel like they would have the advantage if they did if they sallied out and attacked Madgweeb's army by himself. So let's not take any risks. Let's go ahead and end our turn. To me, this is the way warfare should be. You should not really be able to walk up to a walled city as, you know, as prestigious as Altdorf and just immediately conquer it. You know, it really ought to be a major accomplishment that takes time and takes good strategy and tactics, and will also result in heavy casualties even after sieging it down for a few turns. To me, that's the way. It just feels more realistic, and it also feels more brutal, which I think matches the theme of Warhammer. Okay. Alright. I don't love the wood elves floating around here. I'm pretty sure after we take care of Belagar, we're going to want to take care of them. How strong are they? They're at 27. We're stronger than they are. No reason to declare war on them while we obviously still have unfinished business here with Belagar. And they are, after all, the enemy of our enemy, so they're not doing us any negatives right now. Back to here, we got 7 turns here. Let's take a look again. Is it time? We have 8 siege towers. We've got them down. They're above half health still, but I think at this point it seems reasonably safe. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the Altdorf map. Oh, this is a shame. This is a real shame that this is just a generic walled city map, because Altdorf really ought to have its own map, don't you think? Anyway, this is good for us because we know we can attack right here where there's no towers. Alright, let's fight the battle. Pretty momentous occasion here. Okay, so I'm going to put 2 of you at least 2 of you over here, maybe even 4 of you over here. Let's get you 2 up here. No towers over here, so you 2 can hit this wall, and the nice thing is it will leave the siege towers in place for Khazrak. And then, yeah, this is such a poorly designed walled city. And then 2 more of you over here. Those towers still can't hit us, so we're gonna end up leaving 4 siege towers along here. That'll be good so that when Khazrak comes in with all his melee infantry, he can take advantage of these 4 siege towers that should all be up against the wall. You guys then are going to be my 3. I tend to leave 1 and 2 for character units. Okay, so then you guys should not be on drop siege equipment. You should not be on a siege tower. Drop siege equipment. Should not be on a siege tower. Okay, then you, Ungor Spearman Herd with shields. You're a better choice for a siege tower, and you as well. Okay, and so now you guys, you're my 4. Let's get you guys all like this, and you can hit the walls over here. Towers will be able to shoot at them a little bit, but not the whole way. The rest of you guys can kind of sit tight back here. Let's go ahead and move them forward a little bit, make sure that they're not where the towers can hit. And you, how did I manage to miss you? Okay. All right, so the towers here are not going to be able to shoot for very long. 4, let's get you selected. Start battle. You guys all head over here. You are, may as well get towards the gate, and then all the rest of you keep moving forward here. You as well. We do have the Shatterstone. That's nice. That's very good. Oh, 3. Duh. I need to get you guys here. You 2 need to get up there. And you 2 need to get up here. They've got 1, 2, 3... I think I saw, well, 4, 5. We've got at least 5 units over here. That's fine.
Cloven ones.
Let's go ahead and speed up a little bit. What's the cooldown on Shatterstone? 45 seconds. I'm actually not... I don't want to break through this gate right away because I don't want to get a big fight going here, because this is where his forces are actually better than ours. Touched by the Moon is something I'm probably not going to end up using at all. Let me speed up a little bit again. Meanwhile, Khazrak, you're at 8 seconds, okay. Alright, we're taking the walls here. Let's get all 4 of you fighting him there. You go ahead and climb up. You go ahead and climb up. You go ahead and climb up. And you go ahead and climb up. Oh, they're still shooting at us over here. I somehow miscalculated. Let's get you guys moving up to where you can't get shot anymore. Okay, now over to Khazrak. You guys all need to make your way over here. You there. You there. You guys are my 2. No, I'm sorry, you're my 5. Khazrak, I want you on 1. I want to always be able to locate you. Okay. That centaur is the dividing line between our raiders, so that's fine. Okay, how are we doing over here? What about up here? You guys, I feel like, ought to be able to win a fight all combined against his halberdiers. All of his halberdiers are over here. And then I can go ahead and do this. This gatehouse is going to take half of... Okay, that's pretty good. That did half. Khazrak, you get up here. Okay, we're losing kind of badly over here now. This is a little bit of a concern. Those great swords are obviously doing some very strong work against our relatively weak melee infantry, but that's okay because our weak melee infantry here are going to get replaced probably by gore units, unless I decide to do something else. I'm going to turn off fire at will because I'm afraid you guys are going to do more damage to in friendly fire. Okay, let's get back up here to Khazrak. We can go ahead and blast open this gate now, right? Sure enough, Khazrak. You go ahead and get on in here. And you guys can get in here as well. You guys get ready to follow them. Same with you. Let's get you guys in here as well. This is really where we want to be winning. This, we just want to bog down as many enemy troops as possible. Okay, back. Sounds like we took the gate. Not that it matters because it was destroyed. Let's get you on the... Khazrak, get you on the Reichsguard there. This is obviously where we're going to be doing our winning. Okay, some of you guys, yeah, just continue to bog them down. That's fine. Meanwhile, up here, how are we doing versus their halberdiers? Their halberdiers are holding out pretty well. Again, this is the this is what happens with the garrison buff. Okay, you can shoot towards them. See if you can chase down them. You stay on them. You stay on them as well, and you get down here. Okay, Khazrak, how are you doing? You'll notice Khazrak's not on his chariot anymore. Let's get you moving up this way, Khazrak. These guys, really nothing for them to do. They're going to just sit things out for a little while. You guys should kind of all be, except for the guys who are most damaged, you should all be fighting these great swords. I want you to come to pull back here. I want you up here. You guys as well. Okay. In fact, actually, you know what we could do is we could get our spearmen down here against the Demigryph Knights there, but how are we doing up here? Let's go ahead and let's break through some barricades while we're waiting for the rest of our troops here. The rest of you guys, get on up here. You guys as well. You get on up here. And you four, get on up here. Looks like his units are all broken. They're not shattered, but they're pretty well wrecked as a fighting force. Okay. All right, guys, shoot. Come on, get in on those Reichsguard. Get in on the Reichsguard. Get in on the Reichsguard. You back up. Get in on the Reichsguard. You're fine. You guys up here. You all get up there as well. Khazrak, how are we doing on this barricade? Almost down. Did we stop attacking it or what? Dear Lord, okay. I do get frustrated by the fighting inside cities sometimes. Let's get you up here. Alright, Khazrak, what are you doing now? Get back on that barricade. Looks like his handgunners ran away. Alright, now that that barricade is broken, you can come help out over here. You four, I'd better just keep you behind the front lines where you'll be safer. Khazrak now fighting these guys ought to be able to do pretty good work. How we doing over here? Let's get the Bray Shaman in. Actually, you can do a nice debuff there on all of his Reichsguard. And we got lots of Winds of Magic, so we might as well do a Fate of Buna on the Knights of the Realm there. That should help. Yeah, there we go. Watch them take some damage. Some of our warriors are fleeing. I don't know what that's about. Okay, you four. Get to work on those Demigryph Knights. Okay. Actually, you go towards them. Khazrak, how are we doing here? Go ahead and get on those Demigryph Knights as well. Alright, Mr. Here, we need you to get up there as well. Mr. Bray Shaman. They do still have some of their units floating around here. I need one of you. You. Take out those halberdiers until they are shattered, please. Okay. Oh, no, 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 no. What is going on? Why are you inside? Yikes. Okay, we've got them down to one great swords here. Let's go ahead and start getting you guys up the towers as well. Okay, never mind. You guys scratch that. You guys shoot at them. Okay. You on them as well. Okay, back to here. We're taking lots of damage from their towers. You should be on the Knights of the Blazing Sun. Where's my Bray Shaman? Let's do another. This worked the first time. Let's do it again. And followed by this again. And then you should be in better shape to go attack them up here. We need to take these mortars out. Yes, we do. Take the mortars out. Let's get you guys up here as well. Khazrak, how are you doing, buddy? They're pretty well all broken here. Let's get Khazrak up here as well now. Okay, Bray Shaman, you hit those mortars. We got plenty of Winds of Magic. This is not an effective use of the Winds of Magic, except that we do want to get rid of those units as quickly as possible. Everybody here broken, looks like. These guys have turned around. Let's get some of our spears on them. You've taken a lot of damage. Let's get you up here. Any more spears down here? You guys just help him out, I suppose. You guys too. Okay, I think that's going to be just about it. Okay, we've taken this spot. Let's go ahead and find... Where's the main... That's the locked position. Well, you know what? Let's win this the old-fashioned way by coming over here and defeating his armies over here. Somehow I'm not seeing the main control point. How we doing here? How about up here? Those great swords are shattered. We're fighting a steam tank over here. Excellent. And we're getting shot at by that tower. You guys have done good work. You took a lot of casualties. Okay, there we go. I don't know if they have heroes left or their lord. I'm going to go ahead and end it. Yep, nope, their lord is gone. I guess he's not a lord. He was just the commander of this army. All right, well, that's pretty momentous. Now look at those casualties we took. I feel like that is a job well done, and that's the kind of battle that we want. We want it to be extremely difficult to take a city like Altdorf, and sure enough, it wasn't so much difficult, but it was excruciatingly damaging to Madgweeb's army. If he lost some units, it's not a big deal because we can replace them at this point with better units. And he did not lose any units. Okay. Look at that. Altdorf is ours. Now we have an objective to raise it. But, yep, 22,000 favor. We're going to do it. And then I'll consider raising a herdstone. But let's get the objective taken care of, and let's also take the 22,000. And this is just something to, this is a moment to savor right here for Khazrak. Absolutely a moment to savor. Boom. And Altdorf is no more. And Madgweeb gets a trait. Very nice. We took a lot of casualties, but we destroyed Altdorf. I don't know the lore that well. Has that ever happened in Warhammer lore where the Beastmen have raised Altdorf? I somehow kind of sort of doubt it. Let's go ahead and give you... You need Savage Beast. And you need Call to Morsleb. You guys definitely have seen better days. I could consolidate some of them. And do we want to raise a herdstone here? I could raise a herdstone. Right? Khazrak, let's go ahead and give you your skill up. I need to start putting more points into the blue line here. But I need to finish this red line first. I need to get Unrelenting Savagery is definitely a priority. This is just a leadership buff. That's fine. Okay. Do we want to turn Altdorf into a herdstone? I don't see why not. And we already have 10 points here, okay? We got 7 more herdstone shards, so it's not like there was really any reason not to, and there's just a certain amount of irony to Altdorf now being a herdstone. And we want... We want line of sight, of course. And how about... I'm not sure that there's really any benefit to this. This can cause plagues to break out in all blood ground regions. What's our blood grounds here? Well, it does reach all the way up here. That could be interesting. Over to here, that's already been raised. I think we're going to go ahead and do this because, yeah, we've taken some casualties. We may as well increase our casualty replenishment rate. Okay. 22,000 gold. We could spend 8,500 of it here for another use of Shatterstone. It's really not a priority, I don't think. This is touched by the moon, which is, I'm realizing, not a... I'm afraid to ever use it because it says it deals severe damage upon expiry. I just don't know why I would want to do this. Causing myself additional casualties, even if it does buff them pretty considerably for a short period of time first. Let's make sure that you... Actually, let's get you into hidden encampment stance because we could probably do some improvements with you. In fact, we need to decide what kind of army this is going to be here with Madgweeb. What we have gotten... Oh, and we've got 965 dread now. Boy, it doesn't take us long to get more dread, does it? Let's get... What happened to the giants? Why am I not seeing the giants? Hello? Oh, there they are. I wasn't seeing them because I wasn't looking in the right place, of course. Okay, I think... Now that we're researching the technology to also give our Chaos Spawn regeneration, I like the idea of having more of these units. And so why don't we make Madgweeb here? What can we do with Madgweeb to take advantage of... What am I looking at up here? Okay. That's just a generic buff to everybody. So we could start giving giants or chaos spawn right here. Freakish mutations. And this would give a benefit to basically our biggest and bestest monsters, our single entity monsters. Well, the chaos spawn aren't single entity, are they? I think I like the idea of that, which means you guys are all eventually going to get replaced. Khazrak, you can go ahead and do your recruiting now. Let's give you... What do we have currently? But we've got just the 2 Bestigors. Let's give you 2 more Warherd. I'm sorry, Goreherd. And let's give you 2 more Goreherd with shields. I hate to lose these units because they are such a high rank. But they're probably, it's probably not that big of a deal. Now, Madgweeb. I'm going to, you know what? I can't reach this turn. Next turn, I will take some of those high rank. No, because I want to turn this army into something other than an infantry army. I think, honestly, we're most likely just going to end up disbanding some of our high rank units. I don't guess it's that big of a deal. Let's go ahead and get the 3 of you consolidated, 3 of you merged, okay. And then the same thing here, the 3 of you merge. And you, I'm going to disband. We're at 18 again. Let's go ahead and recruit in I don't have... There's no gore herd with spears, huh? I do want to keep a couple of spear units. For now. Maybe not long term. I think I want... I think I want these guys. No, that's dumb. I might as well get those guys. Okay. Alright. Khazrak's army is going to be a bit stronger when the recruiting finishes. Madgweeb, again, you... We need to get you the building that lets you recruit giants. And does that also... Where's the chaos spawn? The chaos spawn is this right here. Not until level 3. Okay. And we might as well do this while we're at it. Boom. Okay, so we've burned through quite a lot of our money. But it's okay. We're well over an hour now. We're obviously going to continue this one. Continue the siege here. And we'll have that battle to look forward to in the next episode. And meanwhile, we also have Belagar here. He can't see Madgweeb. Madgweeb is actually quite vulnerable to attack right now, but he can't see him, so I think we're fine. If he did attack, Madgweeb is actually too far away from Altdorf here to get the benefit of the Khazrak's army coming out to help him. But I think that's pretty low risk. Let's go ahead and... Actually, I'd better not do an intern. I think I'm just going to go ahead now here and save the game right here. Continue siege. And I think this is a good, comfortable place to call this episode for now. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. And I think I don't want to say we're wrapping this one up, but we're on our way to a short victory. And we're going to have to look for some ways to maybe make it more interesting with some tougher enemies, because Reichland just turned out to not be that tough of an enemy ultimately. All right, anyway, I will see you all in the next one.